Thanks to those of you who have checked out my Patreon, I am able to make a new series of Pokemon Epics, and a big shout out, of course, to the Nerd Therapist. Hey, Pokemon Masters, Berkey here. What if Heatran was good? Really good. What if I used Dialga's time powers to go back to a time when Game Freak was working on these games for the first time, maybe even before then, to when they're working on Ruby and Sapphire? With my vast knowledge of Pokemon futures, and I'm there in the creative rooms. And Junichi Masuda and the gang, good old Masood, he's there and he's talking about Heatran, a new legendary Pokemon that they're going to put into the game. And what if I said, okay, can we look at what works here and try and give Heatran the kind of representation it deserves? Because in these games, Heatran is a throwaway legendary. What if I had my creative say? And yes, because this is one of those creative videos, I want you to get creative in the comments and tell me exactly how you'd make Heatran more interesting. And Heatran, okay, when I thought about doing this series, a series of taking a legendary Pokemon that maybe didn't get the love it deserved, or just expanding on the story and the lore, Heatran was like the first one I thought of. I've obviously already done videos on Shaman and Mewtwo and intend to do many, many more. Hot. Like Heatran, there you go. Let's pretend that me drinking tea is relevant to the video and not just that I get this chill with making videos now. Heatran was the first Pokemon I thought of because when it first appeared in Diamond and Pearl, it was the beginning of that era of like, there are too many legendary Pokemon. I mean, the generation before that, we had a legendary trio in the Reggies. We had Latios and Latias, an extra little Eon duo. We had the main trio, Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza. 2 mythical Pokemon. That was a lot. And then welcome to Generation 4, where we have 5 mythical Pokemon. Darkrai, Arceus, Manaphy, Fiona, Shaman. The legendary trio, Dialga, Palkia, Giratina. We've got one of the mythical Pokemon, Arceus, is part of that trio as like a quadruple. We've got the mini trio in Mesprit, Azelf, and Uxie. We've got Cresselia, which is part of a duo with Darkrai. It's just unnecessary. And then they got Heatran. Oh, and Regigigas as a 4th part to life. This was the generation where legendary Pokemon came in, and Heatran, it didn't have any relationship to the story. It didn't have any relationship to any other Pokemon. It was, quite frankly, an unnecessary legendary Pokemon. It could have just been a cool Pokemon that's part of the world, you know, in the same way that Volcarona was. Oh, and that was the other thing. We already had the Master of Land, Groudon, and the Master of Volcanoes, Entei. We had a fire-breathing Ho-Oh. Heatran just felt like a little bit like, is this necessary? It was available in the post-game of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl and Platinum in Stark Mountain. It has since appeared in volcanic areas of other games, for example, most recently the Scorched Slab in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I'm actually going to talk about that, because I think there was a way of integrating this Pokemon perfectly into the world of Pokemon, fleshing out the lore and building it as an interesting side catch. So, here we go. This is how I do it. And I would start not by introducing Heatran's concept in Diamond and Pearl, but actually in Ruby and Sapphire. Okay, bear with me. Okay, so there is a location in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire called the Scorched Slab. This area is pretty much like it's a pointless cave in those games. I think there's a TM in there. I remember as a kid, I used to hunt for the roaming Latios and Latias by entering and exiting this cave, watching Latios move on the roofs. That doesn't matter. This cave served no function in the game. The games that very prominently feature Team Aqua and Magma, teams devoted to expanding the sea or expanding the land. Now, the Scorched Slab did get developed upon in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire as an area where you could catch Heatran, so clearly there could be a relationship there. So I want to start with that. Let's say you're playing Pokemon Ruby version, where the main villains are Team Magma. Or heck, maybe it's Omega Ruby, so we know it's not just Maxie, but also his 2 companions, who I think are called Tabitha and Courtney. You have defeated them already. They have seen the error of their ways. Groudon was simply too powerful to master. But, as with all good evil teams, they always try to come back after a round of being beaten. Maybe not with Maxie at the helm, but maybe Tabitha and Courtney, they're like, yeah, but Team Magma is like our home, it's where we belong, and actually, we want to make it work. We believed in Maxie's vision just because he thought Groudon was too strong. Okay, he made a problem, but we'll be the new leaders of Team Magma. And so, while you're playing your Ruby or Omega Ruby, the admins, or these guys specifically, they are in the Scorched Slab. And the Scorched Slab is a a much bigger area like it is in Oras. A whole network of caves where Team Magma are trying to build from the ground up. And they're in there looking to discover information about a legendary Pokemon said to come from the Sinnoh region. This Pokemon can be awakened from an ancient stone, and all they have to do is find it. They believe that Groudon was, too powerful. It was out of control, but Heatran is a much weaker legendary that will allow them to do exactly what they wanted to do. They believe that the Hoenn region is simply too much water, and all they need to do is find this fire Pokemon. But they don't. As you're in the post game now, your team is pretty strong, and you battle your way through this cave, through the Scorched Slab, and at the very end, you find the leader of Team Magma, the new Team Magma. You find them and you do battle with them, and they have a whole team of Hoenn's best fire Pokemon. You're talking, of course, Camerupt, Team Magma's usual Mightyena. What else did Hoenn have? I had Solrock, fire Pokemon. Ooh, let's have a look. Research intensifies. Wow, the only other ones are Torkoal and Blaziken. This was not a region well suited to a Team Magma. Anyway, they are the best of the best, better even than Maxie ever was. And once you beat their leader, you will take possession of a new key item, the Magma Stone. This is the stone that will awaken Heatran, but that is the end of this post-game event. You save the game, and Team Magma vows to one day return. Alright, time jump. New game, Pokemon Diamond or Pearl or Platinum. Or, if you started in Oras, the inevitable remakes that will probably be out next year. So, Diamond Pearl remakes. You've completed the game, and what will normally happen in the Diamond and Pearl post-game is you will go to the battle area in the north of Sinnoh. You'll meet a character called Buck, and for some really weird reason, Team Galactic is after the Magma Stone and Heatran. We're not going to do that quite. That's why they're trying to get through the location called Stark Mountain. Instead, what we're going to do is have the post-game, and this event only activates if you're doing it through, like, let's say you finished Pokemon Ruby, and this event that I've just described was in Pokemon Ruby, that cartridge in the bottom side of the Nintendo DS. They've messed about with this kind of capability before. You have a cartridge in the bottom side of the DS. This only works on DS and DS Lite. And then you have, in here, you have your Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. And the game registers the fact that you've got a Pokemon Ruby with the key item, the Magma Stone, in this side of the console. Okay, you can now activate a special event. Of course, if you're doing that with Oras and the remakes, you'd have to do some different kind of connectivity, but I really like the idea of this. So now, when you go to Stark Mountain in the post-game, you re-meet the old admins. Tabitha and Courtney, they're there, and they've come to the Sinnoh region, and they talk about how, once upon a time, they were bested by a trainer. A trainer who took out Team Magma and stole from them the Magma Stone, but they got lucky and they managed to steal it, and now they are here in the Sinnoh region to catch a special Pokemon and take it back home. And now, in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, all the remakes, you have to battle new Team Magma. This is it. There's going to be an uprising. There's going to be a Heart Gold, Soul Silver level of return if you don't stop them here. You battle your way through Stark Mountain, and sure enough, at the end, they awaken Heatran. Is this going to be it? Is this going to be the moment that you beat them and save the day and catch Heatran? No. They succeed in their plan, and they erupt Stark Mountain. Cynthia, or one of the other gym leaders of Sinnoh, flies you away from the mountain like Gandalf with the eagles and says, okay, this isn't good, this isn't great, Stark Mountain is going to erupt or has erupted. The rest of the whole battle area, it's being protected by, the people and Pokemon of the region. They're channeling the lava out into the ocean, but this is not good. In fact, it's affecting the Sinnoh region. Snowpoint City is basically melting, and lots of the snowy areas of Mount Cornet are now melting away. What's worse is it sounds like Team Magma have taken Heatran. They're not going to go back to Hoenn. Instead, they're just going to have Team Magma live out their plans here in Sinnoh. They're going to take Heatran to Mount Cornet and turn it into a super volcano. Okay, now you're in trouble. So, what are you gonna do? It's a Sinnoh game. Where do you end the game? You go to Mount Cornet. That's just where all the legendary Pokemon of Sinnoh basically live. And much like with my Shaman video, there is now a new path has been unlocked. As a result of all of the snow of the region melting, there's new areas of Mount Cornet to explore. Once you get in there, and once you get into these new areas, you are going to bump into someone, a familiar face from a previous game. Archie, the previous leader of Team Aqua. He will talk in the piratey way he does, saying, "Arr, I can't think of anything piratey to say. I have come over from another region, a land far off, Hoin." Do I sound like a farmer? Arr, farmer, oi. Anyway, Archie's travelled here to basically tell you that the only way that you're going to stop Team Magma is by using water Pokemon. That was Team Aqua's goal. He's glad that none of his admins have taken off and tried to renew Team Aqua. Or have they? Will that be the case for the Manaphy video? We'll talk about that. Anyway, this is the point of the game for no reason other than fun that Archie will not let you proceed unless your team is entirely water-type Pokemon. So, you're gonna have to use the best of what Sinnoh has to offer. I'm talking Empoleon and, and Gastrodon and Bibarel. Oh, and obviously everyone's most memorable Pokemon, Lumineon. Anyway, you got your water team. And once again, you show down with various new Team Magma grunts. They are at the very heart of Mount Cornet, and they are going to use Heatran's power to turn Mount Cornet into a super volcano, which is obviously a terrible idea. Why did they think that would work? I don't know. Why did they think bringing Groudon back would work? They're Team Magma. It's just what they do. They're zany. And you get to the very core of Mount Cornet. There is Heatran getting ready to unleash its power. There is Tabitha and Courtney. And then, given that we've had Archie shows up, Maxie shows up and joins you in a double battle to stop his old apprentices. And of course, they're using all the best fire Pokemon that both Hoenn and Sinnoh has to offer. And that's a real joke because, well, I don't know if you remember, but Sinnoh had a fire-type Elite Four member and he had like 2 fire Pokemon on his team. Because Sinnoh has access to Rapidash, Infernape, and Magmortar. Oh guys, work out your balancing in the early days, please. Nonetheless, new Team Magma is stronger than ever. You do battle, you fight the good fight, and of course, you win. But it's too late. Heatran is going to unleash its power. The only thing that can stop it is it being defeated by a trainer. So there you go. You have a battle with Heatran, and of course, you win. Your team is all water Pokemon. And Heatran returns to the Magma Stone, and you are told you need to take the Magma Stone back to Stark Mountain to undo the damage that has been done. You take the Magma Stone back to Stark Mountain. There's a final puzzle that involves you getting through a Stark Mountain that's now flowing with lava. Lots of cool fire Pokemon, a couple good trainer battles, and you plonk the Magma Stone down. Heatran reawakens and uses its power to absorb the remaining magma and dry it all up, returning the battle resort area to the way it was. And only then can you finally catch Heatran. And that, I think, is a far more interesting story for it. But what do you think? You're going to have to let me know, of course, in the comments below. So let me know, what Pokemon should I do next? I'm really enjoying making these videos. They are chill, they are creative, they are fun. I hope you're enjoying the series. Just thank you for watching and giving me the time of day to actually watch my videos. I try and get through your comments, by the way. I absolutely don't get through all of them. I skim them very much, and I do try and get in there and reply from time to time, dedicate an hour here and there. So many of you, and you're all so lovely, so thank you for being lovely, and yeah, I'm going to catch you in a bit. So hi, Pokemon Masters.
This is Ash Ketchum. You just watched a video by Birdkeeper Toby. That makes you a